Welcome everybody to the teaching part of the inn. Right? In the words of Andrew, it's my great privilege to bring to you the word today. All right. What I'm going to be talking about is something I've spoken about before in the past, but I'm going to be repeating and hopefully drawing a bit more emphasis on it so that we're able to pay more attention to it. Right? Now, let me start by saying this, that not everybody, in fact, most people will not end up living the kind of life that they would have enjoyed. Most people will not end up living the kind of life that they'll be happy about. When they look back in their past, or when they look back at the years that they spent, for a lot of people, it won't be with joy. There will be a lot of sadness, a lot of, missing parts that they would identify. So, in order not to be in that number, you have to be very deliberate with your life. You must learn to be deliberate with your life. You must succeed with your life. It shouldn't be optional, right? It shouldn't be debatable, right? You must succeed, whatever it is or however it is that you want to define success. You must succeed with your life. When you look back over your days, you should be able to look back with joy, with gladness, with happiness. All right? And like I've said several times, the key to it is learning to leverage on what God has given you. When God created the fish, He created the fish to swim. The fish doesn't struggle to swim. When He created the bird to what? Fly. The birds don't struggle to fly. Why is it that man is the one that struggles to succeed? The zenith of His creation, His masterpiece. Why is it that we are the ones that struggle? I believe it's simply because we have ignored what He has given to us, and we are paying attention to things that are not really able to deliver on His mandates over our lives. Does this make sense to you? Let me say this to you. The greatest gift that God has given you, the most important thing He has given you as a human being, I'm not talking about with the Holy Spirit now who adds to it, who, makes it greater. But the most important, the greatest gift He has given to you as a human being to be able to succeed is the gift of thinking. Thinking is to man what swimming is to the bird. Thinking is to man what flying is to... It's not birds as that's it. All right. So thinking is to man what swimming is to the fish. Thinking is to man what flying is to the bird. Someone once said that the only thing that is special about man, only thing that is special about us, is our ability to think. Everything else that we have, you can find in a horse or a pig. Do you understand? The differentiating factor between man, his creation, and the other beings, the ability to think. But the truth about the matter is that most people don't think. Okay, let me rephrase that. Most people don't think deeply. Most people only think shallow thoughts. We don't engage in deep thinking. What will I wear? Where will I go? What will I eat? Who will I marry? When will I marry? When can I travel? When can I buy that shirt? When can I buy my first car? Shallow thinking. The majority, the bulk of our thinking is shallow. We rarely think deep thoughts. Let me give you an example of a deep thought. How can I make my yearly income become my monthly income within the next 12 months? Have you ever thought about it? Now, we talk about we want progress, we want to make forward, we want to be successful, we want to be this, we want to be that, right? But what will I wear? What will I drink? Where will I go? But we don't think deeply. When you think thoughts like that, it forces you to take certain actions. How can I turn my yearly income into my monthly income within the next 6 months, within the next 1 year? How can I start earning every month what I earn in a year? The truth about the matter is that for some of us, we don't even know what we earn in a year. Yeah, I mean, the office work, yes, but money comes in from other places. So we have no idea, we have no clue. Does this make sense to you? Does this make sense? So what I'm saying to you is that if you're going to leverage on this gift of thinking that you've been given, this one thing that differentiates you from the pig or the horse or the chimpanzee, if you're going to leverage on it, it has to be deep thinking. Someone says, how can I get them to increase my salary? Someone who is thinking deeply says, how can I increase the value that I'm bringing into this company? Someone who thinks shallow says, when will they change our closing time from 5 o'clock to 4 o'clock? Don't they know that by 4 we are tired? What is it that we do between 4 to 5 that we cannot do? Someone who is thinking deeply is saying, I have 10 hours in this office. What can I do that would make this place a better place? Someone who is thinking shallow is saying, when can I buy my first car? My first car, my first car. Someone who is thinking deeply is saying, what can I do that would affect the people around me? Someone who is thinking shallow will say that, how can I get people to come and buy my markets? Someone who is thinking deeply will say, how can I create the kind of product that is irresistible? You see, on the one hand, you're begging people, please now, pity me, pity my destiny, come and buy. I know you don't need it, but please, man must chop, just come buy. But on the other hand, a deep thinker is saying, I want to come out with something that you will be begging me to sell to you. Deep thinking. We don't do it. Very few people do it. And that's what I'm challenging you on today. That you need to become people who think deeply. Enough with the shallow things. Are the shallow things, are they important? Oh yes, of course. But you see, if it's not going to change the trajectory of your life, then it can't be deep. If I earn today, in 1 month, what I earn in a year, it will change a lot of things. For me, it will change a lot of things for you. If you earn today, in 1 month, what you earn in 1 year, that is your 12-month salary, put it together. If you start earning that 12-month salary in 1 month, it will change a lot of things for you. Some of those questions that you are asking, how will I get money to buy the bath? You won't ask. How will I get money to travel? You won't ask. Does this make sense to you? Does this make sense to you? So what I'm saying to you is that the gift of thinking that you've been given is not working because you're not using it properly. You're using it on things that are good to have but are not life-changing. Think in terms of what can change your life. Always see the big picture and always think in terms of what can change your life. What would make your finances experience quantum leaps? What would make your peace experience quantum leaps? What would make your life experience quantum leaps? Does this make sense to you? I know how you guys are looking so bad. You have to be a deep thinker. Thoughts are the most powerful thing on this earth. Thoughts are the most powerful thing on this earth. There is nothing more powerful on this earth than the thoughts of a man. Nothing. Thoughts are the most powerful thing. And that's why when God is talking to you, He keeps telling you that take my thoughts and make them your own. Because he can think, and he does think. But if it's going to change your life, you need to take those thoughts and make them your own. Does that make sense to you? God thinks deeply. He thinks deeply. Let's look at an example. The story of Genesis. I'm going to begin to round up now, believe it or not. The story of Genesis. Andy, will you read for me? Genesis chapter 1. Genesis chapter 1 verse 3. While we are opening that, it says that, or verse 2 says that there was darkness upon the surface of the deep, right? Verse 3 says, and God said, I thought it was, and God said, let the earth appear. I thought it was, and God said, let there be a car. I thought it was, and God said, let the trees come forth. The first thing he said was, let there be light. Why? The trees are good, but they are not what you needed at that time. The car is good, but it wasn't what was important at that time. Will you drive the car in darkness? Will the tree go in darkness? Yeah? The mountains are good. I know what they needed. The birds are good, but I know what they needed at that time. Will the birds be flying about in darkness? He identified the most critical factor, and that was what he addressed. He don't do this. He don't do this. What is the most critical factor in your life right now? What is the most critical factor in your life right now? God said, let there be what? Light. And there was like, please keep reading. Mm-hmm. Yeah? 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 Uh-huh. Please. How long do you think it took God to say, let there be light? Sorry? No, how long did it take him to say the words, let there be light? Seconds. How long do you think the light came? Immediately. So we're still within the first 1 minute. How long do you think it took him to divide the day and the night? So we're still within that time. So God did that. He created the light and he closed. He said, I'm done for the day. Imagine that God went to work. He came to your office. He walked in. The gate man greeted him. How are you doing? He said, I'm fine. He walked in. The next 1 minute, God is walking out. The gate man said, okay, where are you going? I've closed. I've finished. I'm done for the day. The rest will do too. I'm done for the day. Is that not funny? God, chill now. Can't you do the rest? You have time. Do the rest. God said, no. I focused on the most important thing and I did it. God said, no. I do not focus on too many things at the same time. One thing has my attention. One thing has my attention. And I pour my thoughts, I pour my attention, I pour my power into this one thing. And once that one thing is done, I'm done for the day. We'll continue tomorrow. See, in the multitude of thoughts, there is worry. Hey, how would this happen? How would that happen? Hey, what would this happen? I won't have my car. I won't have that. In the multitude of thoughts, there is worry. Faith thrives with focus. Jesus said that whosoever shall say unto these mountains, mountain. He said that whoever it is that is going to address this thing, this one mountain that is in front of me, whoever it is that will address it, that it will disappear. I will deal with this mountain, then I'll come back tomorrow for the other one. Oh, we have too many things we worry about. We have too many things that we think about. We have too many things that will stretch our minds over. And so we're unable to think deeply on one particular thing. So I ask you again, what is the most critical factor in your life right now? Right now. I know you want to buy a car. That is good, but that's not the most critical factor. What is the one thing that can happen in your life that will change everything for you this year? What's that one thing that will change everything? God came and he created light, and the light changed everything. The light prepared the way for everything else. There's too many things you are thinking about. Am I saying that it's not good to have all these things? No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is if you're going to harness the power of thought, you need to focus it. And so you must identify what is your own light in this moment. Do you understand? What would change your life right now? Is it a job? Is it a business? What would change your life? The Bible says that God said, right? And then he saw, right? And then after seeing, no, God said, he did. No, read the light creation. So God said, yeah, and there was light. And God saw. Mm-hmm. And God did. Yeah. Yeah. First day. He saw. No, he spoke. He saw. He did. He spoke. He saw. He did. He spoke. He saw. He did. But before all of these, he what? He thought about it. So over here, God begins to give you the breakdown. He says, first you think. When you are done thinking and you've identified what the most important factor is, then you do what? You speak. Then you speak. You think, and then you speak. I'm not sent out any application. I'm so grateful to God that I have the job. I'm so grateful to God that I have the job. I'm so grateful to God that I've graduated from the course. I am so grateful to God that I have the this or I have the that. I'm so grateful to God that I'm promoted. I'm so grateful to God that, because God thought about it. Before he did, he spoke. Before he did, he spoke. It was the speaking that allowed him to see. Do you understand? Isn't it strange to you that God will just come and say, let there be so. Then the Bible says that he will now do it. So, God, if you're going to do it, why are you announcing? He's showing you a process. He's teaching you a process. Do you understand? Now, when you identify the most critical thing, then the next thing is to begin to speak. Speak it into life. Speak that one thing into life. Because the problem with us is that we have so many things. So we don't even know which one to start from when it comes to speaking. So make a confession. Your confession is 1 page long. How will you remember something 1 page long? Your confession must be short enough for you to repeat on the go. It must be short enough for you to repeat on the go. Yes, you may have the larger one that you do in your house when you get home. Now when you start confessing everything, confess your health, confess your this, confess your that. But if you want to change your life, find out the most critical one, then build a confession around that most critical one and keep saying it. Keep saying it. Keep saying it. Because when you do that, you have entered into the creative pattern of God. When you do that, you yourself will now begin to what? See. What will you see? You will see what you ought to do. Does this make sense to you? Does this make sense to you? So, I'm going to stop here. But my challenge to you today, what I want to leave with you today, is that it is time to start thinking deeply. Forget all these shallow thoughts that you are thinking. See, one day I was thinking about remember I told you about the guy who was always annoying me and blah, 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 blah. That one day the thought entered my heart. Do you know, the reason why people drag things is because they don't believe that other doors can open for them. This is why you are dragging something with someone in your office. Dragging a promotion with someone in your office. Because you don't know that, look, God can open another door in another office that is bigger than this one. There are opportunities. I was speaking with a friend of mine. A friend. We were talking and he earns good money. I say he earns good money. Very good money. Right? And so we're talking, we're having lunch together. I invited him to lunch. So let's just hang out. Let's have some conversation over food. All right. So we're talking just about the third time, I think, or second time we're doing that. And so he said to me, he said, PD, there's something on. I said, what? He said, that I just got this offer. That in fact, they brought the offer to me. He said that I was filling the form of that offer. I was just saying to myself, this job looks like PD's job. I said, hey, why didn't you tell me before you heard? He said, no. He said, you see, that offer is a good offer. Yeah. Someone who is earning what I call good is now telling me that he was offered something that to him, compared to what he has, that thing is good. He said, that in fact, that when they told me they're going to even give me official car, they're going to give me this, they're going to give me that, I was just looking at him and I was thinking to myself, there is more out there than what I have. Because sometimes you reach a certain level, either from frustration or from a level of inflow, abundance, where you feel this is it. Do you understand? When you feel I don't arrive, you will be shocked at the amount of abundance there is out there. I'm looking for a job. There is no job in Nigeria. Says you will be shocked at the number of jobs, good paying jobs are available. There's no money in Nigeria. Nah, says who? There's some people in this country, they don't spend naira. I hope you know. I was in my office, JJ, one day. I had my wallet on my distance. A colleague of mine came. Please, I want to buy something. I want to tell you. I said, no problem. Picked up my wallet. And while picking up my wallet to remove some money for it, she was now telling me about her friend that works around this top oil and gas company. Said that guy doesn't have naira. He never has naira in his wallet. It's always dollars. I said, I can't collect his dollars. Give me my wallet. There are some people, they don't spend naira. But you are saying they don't mind. See, one of the best things God can do for you is to open your eyes to understand the abundance that He has surrounded you with. So when you're going to think deeply, don't think with restrictions. Think in terms of abundance. What is it that you want? Do you realize how abundant those things are on this earth? Is it a job? Is it a husband? They plenty you. There is no such thing as scarcity. It's a trick. It is a trick. Scarcity is a trick. Everything God does, He does in abundance. Everything He does in what? Abundance. He doesn't know how to do anything else than that. If you tell God that, God, please give me water. If you should tell me that I'm thirsty, please give me water. I'm going to look for a cup. Abi, tell God I'm thirsty, give me. He will bring drum. I say, hey, is this drum enough? Should we bring more? There is more available. The kind of drum that you can jump into. It's the way He is. Tell God, tell me that I'm hungry. I want to eat. I'll find you a plate. Just and I'll give you food to eat. Tell God. God say, hey, you're hungry. Let's prepare a table. He said, God, is plate. What am I? Prepare a table. He doesn't know how to do small. It is you that you are thinking that is all that is available is small. The person you are talking to doesn't know how to do small. He said, God, create a bed. Okay. God created, God, we only need one type of bed. God said, why? Create different types. Why? Just create them. That is your God. He doesn't know how to do small. And what I'm saying to you is that you can tap into this if you learn to think deeply. So, again, I ask you, what is the most critical thing in your life right now? What would make the most difference? What's the one thing that would change everything, that would affect everything? Some people are saying, I need car. If you have a good job, or if you have a good business, you don't need to pray for car. Do you understand? So God would say, let me give you something that will sustain you. Let me stop here. Let me stop here. Let me stop here. Let me stop here. I want you to learn how to think deeply. Think deeply.